Meadowbrook Mansion, a name that sends shivers down the spine of anyone who hears it. This once grand estate now stands as a haunting reminder of a past filled with mystery and sorrow. A name that makes people afraid, a place people avoid. The townsfolk speak in hushed tones about the mansion, sharing tales of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena. It sits on a hill, looking down on the town. Its presence is both commanding and ominous, casting a long shadow over the lives of those who live below. It reminds everyone of a terrible tragedy. The walls of Meadowbrook Mansion hold secrets of a dark past, a past that the town can never forget. The old house was once beautiful. Now it's broken. The grandeur of its architecture has faded, leaving behind a shell of what it once was. Windows are covered with wood. The once clear and inviting windows are now sealed shut, hiding whatever secrets lie within. Paint is peeling off like dead skin. The decay is evident everywhere, a testament to the passage of time and neglect. The garden, once full of flowers, is now overgrown with weeds. Nature has reclaimed what was once a carefully tended paradise. Thorns grow where roses once bloomed. The beauty of the past is now replaced by the harshness of neglect, a fitting metaphor for the mansion itself. Elias Carter, a young writer, came to the mansion. He wanted inspiration for his next novel, something that would captivate his readers and send chills down their spines. The mansion, with its eerie reputation, seemed like the perfect place to find that spark. He found it in the mansion's sad history. The mansion was not just old, it was a relic of sorrow and tragedy. Its walls had witnessed unspeakable horrors, and its halls echoed with the cries of the past. Stories of a family that was murdered. The family, once vibrant and full of life, had met a gruesome end. Their lives were cut short in a night of terror that left the mansion forever stained with their blood. Their ghosts are said to be trapped inside. The locals whispered about seeing their apparitions wandering the halls, forever searching for peace that eluded them in life. The air inside was thick. It felt almost tangible, like a heavy blanket of sorrow and despair that wrapped around anyone who dared to enter. Dust floated in the little sunlight that came in. The beams of light struggled to penetrate the gloom, casting eerie shadows that danced on the walls. The floorboards creaked under his weight. Each step he took seemed to disturb the silence, as if the house itself was protesting his presence. Every sound echoed in the quiet. The echoes seemed to linger, amplifying the sense of isolation and abandonment that pervaded the mansion. A quiet that felt like it was listening. It was as if the mansion itself was alive, holding its breath, waiting for something or someone to break the silence. Elias looked in every room. Each one was empty but felt full. The air got colder. He felt like someone was there, someone or something was watching him. He went into the nursery. A rocking horse stood still. A child's doll lay on the floor. He saw footprints in the dust. Small footprints, but they weren't his. A painting hung above the fireplace. A family, their faces difficult to see, but their eyes seemed to follow him. He felt a shiver down his back. He heard a whisper, his name. He turned around quickly. No one. He was alone. Or was he? The whisper came again, this time closer. He started to feel scared. He ran to the door, his heart pounding in his chest like a drum. The darkness seemed to close in around him, suffocating and relentless. He could feel the cold sweat trickling down his back as he reached for the doorknob, his fingers trembling. Each step filled with terror, echoing through the empty halls like a sinister whisper. He reached the hallway, the shadows dancing on the walls, mocking his fear. The air was thick with the scent of decay and old memories long forgotten. A large mirror stood at the end of the hallway, its surface covered in a thin layer of dust. As he approached, it began to clear, revealing his own terrified face. But something was wrong. The reflection seemed to move on its own, independent of his actions. But it wasn't his face staring back. It was another face, one that he did not recognize. The eyes were hollow, filled with a malevolent gleam. The skin was pale, almost translucent, and the lips were twisted into a cruel smile. Pale, thin, with evil eyes that seemed to pierce through his very soul. The face in the mirror was not human, it was something else, something ancient and malevolent. He could feel its presence, cold and oppressive, like a weight on his chest. The face smiled, a scary, creepy smile that sent chills down his spine. He tried to scream, to call for help, but his voice was trapped in his throat. The sound died before it could escape his lips, leaving him in a suffocating silence, but no sound came out. He was trapped, his fear echoing in the silence. The mansion stayed quiet, its secrets hidden in the shadows. He could feel the walls closing in, the darkness swallowing him whole. The secrets of Meadowbrook remained hidden, buried deep within its walls. The mansion was a place of nightmares, a labyrinth of fear and despair. Every corner held a new terror, every shadow a new threat, another person taken by its darkness. The horror was real, and it was waiting, lurking in the shadows, ready to claim its next victim. Meadowbrook was a place where nightmares came to life, and once you entered, there was no escape.